KHOU11 News at 10 starts now.
Hello there. Good evening to you. I'm Mia Gradney.
And I'm Len Cannon. Did you see it? The Cougs will keep on dancing. U of H punching its ticket to the Final Four after knocking out Oregon State.
It was a nail-biter, but fans say they are ready for the next round.
It feels amazing, unbelievable. We haven't been here in 30 years.
37, right?
Yeah, 37, 38 years. So it's just amazing that our university is getting some recognition for basketball. Shout out to Kelvin Sampson for bringing the team back. Yeah, go Cougs.
We're fans. We're going to go all the way. So that's what I think. That's what I said from the get-go. That's what my bracket is. U of H all the way. We're going to win it. So let's go, baby. Let's go. Go Cougs.
It is go time. That's right. Lots of excitement for fans because this is the Cougs' first Final Four appearance in 37 years. Jason Bristol here now. Jason, bring on the next round.
Oh, without a doubt. The Cougs started out this game wearing track shoes and then had to switch to work boots for that second half. U of H racing out to that big lead, but then it got dirty with Oregon State coming back to tie it. Here's some of the images from the celebration in Indianapolis. The Cougs hosting that regional championship trophy. Kelvin Sampson clipping his piece of the net, a basketball tradition. He has talked about building this program brick by brick by brick. That foundation now reaching the Final Four, and for Kelvin, it's all about the players.
We've taken a group of kids to get them to believe, and they've accomplished something that they will, no matter what happens this weekend, it's something that nobody will can take from them.
Emotion hasn't even set in yet, honestly. Still feel like we're playing the game. I think it'll set in once we get to the hotel and settle down.
That is Dejan Giroux and Kelvin Sampson after the win. Yes, here we are. U of H heading to the Final Four for the first time since 1984. Gotta wonder if they're going to be watching this other game to see who they play next on Saturday. Guys?
Yeah, exactly. But are they still celebrating? I'm sure. A little bit of both. Thanks so much, Jason. Let's jump outside now. It's a big week, and we know a lot of you are making outdoor plans for the upcoming Easter weekend. But first, a cool front and another round of rain.
And this means a big temperature drop. Addison in for David Paul tonight. Lay it out for us, Addison.
Yeah, guys, we got that front on the horizon that's going to be bringing us a good chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms out there for Wednesday. In its wake, though, we do set up some nice weather to start off April for both April 1st and Good Friday coming on up. But temperatures will get quite chilly, especially for some of those morning hours. But first things first, we're going to talk about tomorrow. Small rain chances will be out there for the morning hours. It'll gradually start to move on out of town. But we'll talk about that front coming on up and the temperature drop in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Addison. It is a crime that's happening more and more during the pandemic. And tonight, another tragic case of domestic violence being investigated in the Houston area. A husband in jail, his wife on life support after investigators say he attacked her with a hammer. It happened at the family's home in Cypress. Grace White with the story tonight.
An incredibly difficult story to tell. This father has no criminal history, and prosecutors say it's a reminder these crimes can go from 0 to 100 without warning. It's the kind of thing people in the Cypress neighborhood aren't used to seeing.
A lot of police cars and crime scene cars.
Saturday morning, they woke up to find out a mother was in the hospital, a father arrested, and 6 children who were all at home at the time.
Until now, we don't know what happened on that night.
According to court documents, 55-year-old Ming Hang is charged with aggravated assault, accused of beating his wife, Thai Nguyen, in the head with a hammer.
Was there a history of abuse in this relationship?
There is an allegation that this complainant was taking at least preliminary steps to get out of the relationship.
Michael Hanover is a prosecutor in the Harris County DA's Domestic Violence Division. He's seen a rise in cases since the pandemic started.
We genuinely want to help. So early intervention is key. Let's start stopping this stuff and preventing it before it gets to the point that it's unfortunately reached in this case.
Now the home where the kids used to bike in front of every afternoon sits empty, and neighbors wonder how it all came to this.
Which is really concerned about the kids. As a mom, I can imagine how they can be suffering.
The 6 children have been temporarily relocated and Child Protective Services is involved. Tonight, as we mentioned, this mother is on life support. If her condition changes, prosecutors say so will the charges. Len and Mia.
Thank you, Grace. We can't say this enough. If you or someone you know is dealing with a domestic violence situation, there is help. Call the number right there, 713-528-2121. The number to the Houston Area Women's Center, a 24-hour hotline. They offer support and guidance. And I know a lot of you have been following this story, and we have a sad update in the case of a Texas DPS trooper who was shot in Mejia. Officials say DPS trooper Chad Walker has no viable brain activity. In a post on Facebook today, the Department of Public Safety says Trooper Walker will remain on life support until his organs can be donated. Investigators say the man who shot him, DeArthur Pinson Jr., took his own life after barricading himself inside a home.
Now to dramatic opening statements from the prosecution and the defense as the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derrick Chauvin got underway today. He is the former police officer charged with killing Houston native George Floyd. Marcelina Benito has more on today's testimony and the key piece of evidence shown in the Minneapolis courtroom.
2, 3, 4. Before this high-stakes trial got underway, George Floyd's family and attorneys took a knee for 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
This murder case is not hard when you watch that torture video of George Floyd.
Inside the courtroom, former officer Derrick Chauvin took notes as prosecutors laid out their case in opening statements.
You will learn that on May 25th of 2020, Mr. Derrick Chauvin betrayed this badge.
The stay didn't take long, turning to the most powerful piece of evidence.
Well, you got him down, man.
9 minutes and 29 seconds, unedited, raw, cell phone video of Floyd's final moments. Prosecutors say this was murder. Jurors watched Floyd beg for the chance to breathe.
I can't breathe.
Bystanders begged police to help him.
The man ain't moved yet, bro.
Mr. Chauvin never moves. The knee remains on his neck, sunglasses remain undisturbed on his head, and it just goes on.
Defense attorneys countered with their open.
You will learn that Derrick Chauvin did exactly what he had been trained to do over the course of his 19-year career.
They will try to convince jurors Floyd died due to pre-existing heart disease and drug use. KHOU legal analyst Carmen Rose says it won't be easy.
Everyone in America has cast their ballot. We've got a verdict, right? And so now their job is to make this a little less clear than what a video might show.
Who do you think had the better day?
Prosecution, no question. But that said, I think the defense did a lot of heavy lifting today that's going to ultimately serve them very well throughout this trial.
Prosecutors' first witness was Jenna Scurry, a 911 dispatcher who watched the incident unfold on city surveillance cams. What she saw compelled her to call the police on the police.
And my instincts were telling me that something's wrong. Something is not right. I don't know what, but something wasn't right.
Rose says most jurors tend to make up their mind after opening statements, but she cautions anyone who thinks this case is a done deal.
Make no mistake, this is a close case. For all those people who think otherwise, they'd be wrong. This is a riddle wrapped in a mystery, and I do think it's going to be unraveled by experts over the next coming weeks that we're going to have to watch closely to get the answers to questions that at this time still remain unknown.
Tensions remain high in Minneapolis, and security will be tight throughout the trial. It's expected to take up to 4 weeks. Marcelino Benito, KHOU 11 News.
People around the world are watching this trial closely, especially right here in Houston, where George Floyd grew up. Count on KHOU 11 News to bring you updates every day of the trial, on air, online, and on our KHOU 11 app. We are also live streaming the trial on our website, on Roku, and Fire TV.
A total of 19 lawsuits now been filed against Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson by women who say he hired them for a massage that turned into sexual harassment and assault. His attorney, Rusty Hardin, pushing back against some of these latest claims. Hardin says Watson has not deleted any Instagram messages since the day before the first lawsuit was filed, and says he has not reached out directly to his accusers in an attempt to settle these cases.
Now to a big step forward in the fight against the coronavirus. Today marked the first day everyone in Texas ages 16 and older can get the COVID-19 vaccine. And the state is making it easier to help you get a shot. Today they launched a new online vaccine scheduler. All you have to do is go to the website on your screen, getthevaccine.dshs.texas.gov. It is the one place to sign up for a shot through multiple public health departments. And local doctors and elected officials say they are trying to administer as many vaccines as possible to prevent a fourth wave. The CDC is growing concerned about another onslaught of cases. COVID cases and deaths are once again on the rise across the country. The CDC director made an emotional appeal for everyone to not let their guard down.
I'm going to lose the script, and I'm going to reflect on the recurring feeling I have of impending doom. I know you all so badly want to be done. We are just almost there, but not quite yet. And so I'm asking you to just hold on a little longer, to get vaccinated when you can, so that all of those people that we all love will still be here when this pandemic ends.
Well, everyone in Texas is now eligible to get the vaccine. President Biden says 90% of adults in the U.S. will be able to get the shot in 3 weeks.
Once you get that first dose of the vaccine, you'll be issued a vaccine card like this one. Matt Doherty explains why you need to keep it in a safe place.
You know, there's still lots of questions about these vaccine cards, but the CDC has made it clear that it's important for you to hang on to yours. Here's what we know so far.
The card you're issued when you get a vaccine will have the name of the vaccine, the date you received it, and where you got it. Here's what you should do with your card. The CDC says you should keep your vaccine card and recommends taking a picture of it to be used as a backup copy. If you're getting vaccines from Pfizer or Moderna, you will need to take your vaccine card with you when you get your second dose. What about preserving your card? Some say you should get your card laminated after both doses of the vaccines have been printed on your card. To help with that, Staples is offering to laminate customers' vaccine cards for free. Office Depot and Office Max both say they'll laminate the cards for free through July 25th. What if your card gets lost? If for some reason you misplaced your card or lost it, the CDC says you should contact the place where you got the shot directly. That's easy if you got it from a chain pharmacy, but it's not so simple if you were vaccinated at one of the mass vaccination hubs. You can contact the state health department's immunization information system. In that case, the state is required to keep records of your vaccination. So what will a vaccine card get you? Some cruise lines are already telling customers they'll need proof of vaccination to board. Crystal Cruise Line says travelers will need to show proof they've been vaccinated 14 days ahead of travel for voyages that depart this summer. Universal vaccination passports are still in the works, but when they emerge, you'll need to prove you've been vaccinated to get one. For now, the vaccine cards are all we've got. From Houston, I'm Matt Doherty, KHOU11 News.
And we want to help you get your shot. Text the word vaccine to 713-526-1111. We'll send you back some helpful links and a list of numbers to call to register. And remember, the vaccine is free.
Tonight, dozens of families are out of their condos after a fire ripped through their building in Nassau Bay. The fourth floor of the Bayfront Towers on Lakeside Lane collapsed as firefighters were responding this afternoon. They say 35% of the building was damaged, but amazingly, no one was hurt.
Thank goodness for that. And thanks for joining us for KHOU.com and the KHOU11 app for this special edition of KHOU11 News at 10.
We'll have more on the rest of today's top stories and weather on TV after March Madness. We'll see you then. Good night.